Hey guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun video to share with you. It is a flip through and first impressions of the Passion Planner. I am part of the Tombow design team for 2017, and Passion Planner is partnering with them this year so that all of the design team members can try it. So I thought it would be fun to share with you guys since you guys like planners and I'm into planners and I do a lot of planner things here on my YouTube channel. So I thought it would be fun to share this with you guys and let you see inside of the Passion Planner. So it does come in two sizes. It comes in the 8.5 by 11, which is what I have here. It also does come in a smaller size, which my boyfriend was flipping through this, you guys, and he was like so impressed by it. He went and bought the smaller size. So once he gets that in, I will be sure to insert part of that into this video somewhere, maybe towards the end. I'll show you guys a size comparison between the two. But as you can see, it is a soft cover, which is really nice. It's really thick and durable. It has like a faux leather kind of feel to it. There is an elastic that holds it all closed, which is handy. And then when you open it, it looks like this. It has like a "if found, please return to" page. You can put things over here if you want to. It has like how to use this planner, like their whole kind of story and stuff. They started with a Kickstarter and now they're just producing them on demand. So I think that's pretty cool. So this planner is particularly interesting because it helps you follow your passions and set goals, and every month it checks in with you to see how you're doing on those goals, and it helps you break them down into manageable steps that you can track and work on easily every month. So it has this thing called a passion roadmap, and it gives you kind of an idea of different things you want to accomplish in certain time frames. It shows you how to break that down even more into manageable steps, do more things like parts of the planner that you can use in certain ways. And then on the next page there is a 2-page like year at a glance calendar spread. So you have all of 2017, all of 2018, all of the holidays for both years, and then throughout the planner they have these spaces of infinite possibility, which I think is pretty cool. It's a place where you can do anything you want. If you like to doodle, you can do that. You can put quotes here, grocery list or whatever, mind maps, anything you want down here. So I think that's pretty cool. And then this is what the monthly spread looks like. So you have your whole month here, and the spaces are pretty big, so you can write a bunch of stuff in there if you need to. On this side it has this month's focus and a spot for personal and work goals that you want to focus on, a section for people to see, places to go, and things not to do, which I think is super cool. So for me that'd probably be drinking soda, so I should probably put "don't drink soda" here and that will help me attain, you know, a goal in a different way. Down here it has personal projects, so top priorities and due dates, and then just other projects with due dates. Same for work, top priority, and then regular project. And then a break it down section, create a mind map of this month's game changer. So this is where you can break down those longer, like multi-month or even year-long or more goals into smaller, more manageable steps every month. And then this is what the weekly spread looks like. So it is an hourly planner. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. So it is an hourly, which I think is cool, especially because it goes from 6 a.m. all the way to 10:30 p.m. So I've noticed in a lot of like hourly planners, the time frames just really don't work for me, but this totally would because it does go pretty late. I am a night owl, so I get a lot of my stuff done like down here sometimes after my family's gone to bed. It does have a focus section up here, so if you could only accomplish one thing throughout the day, what would it be? You put it here. This week's focus, so overall, what do you want to accomplish? It has a space for good things that have happened, which I think is cool. A little quote, a little tip, and then some more to-do lists. So one for personal, one for work, again top priority and then priority, and then a spot down here for errands, both again for personal and work, which I think is really cool. And then one of those spaces of infinite possibility. So I think this part is really exciting. For me personally, I would probably put down brainstorms for like new sticker ideas or video ideas or things like that. I think this is pretty cool, and it just repeats, you know, all through the month. I like that it's black and white and gray scale, so if you want to do colors and like color coordinate or do any decorating, you can. And then this part's really cool too. So again, I've zoomed you guys in a little bit, and these are like the monthly reflection pages. These pages are between every month. So as you're working on your goals, at the end of the month, you can reflect back and see how you did, memorable parts of the month, biggest lessons, review your planner, assess your priorities. What are you happy with? What do you want to change? How are you different between last month and this month? What are you grateful for? 3 things that you can improve upon. I think this one is really cool. What are concrete actions you can take to work towards those improvements? Overall, how do you feel about the month? And then an end of month checklist, so you can go back through all of these. So I really do like this whole concept. I think it's really handy, especially if you are really trying to work towards specific goals and make like actual change happen. Anything like that. I think this is great because one, at the end of the month, you get to reflect on all the things that happened in the previous month. And then as you're going like through the next month, like say February, you know those same questions are going to be popping up again. So you can kind of readjust throughout the month if you're thinking ahead and going, oh, wait a second, I'm going to be asked if, you know, what I wanted to improve on. Am I actually taking the steps I need to take to improve upon those things, you know? So I think that's pretty cool. So it goes through all of 2017. And then at the end of the year, you again have the monthly reflection, but you also have a yearly review, which I think is pretty cool. So what advice would you give yourself at the beginning of the year, like knowing what you know now? What are the biggest lessons? Review the planner, assess your priorities. How are you different? What are you grateful for? You know, all those kinds of things, but more on a yearly scale. And then at the back, there's a bunch of blank pages and a bunch of graph paper pages, so you can easily track different things. And then there's also a really nice pocket here, so you could put things in here, and it's nice and big, so there's lots of room. There is a hand inspected little stamp here, which is cool. And then I don't think I mentioned, but there is a bookmark that you can use to mark the current page you're on. So for a quick size comparison, this is the passion planner that I have. And then my boyfriend, like I mentioned, he did order one as well. And this is the size that he got, the smaller size. That's just for you guys to compare in case you're interested in purchasing a passion planner, then you can kind of have a better idea of the size. So overall, I'm really impressed by the passion planner. It's definitely high quality. I can see how it would be super helpful to a lot of different people, whether you're like a professional person and you need a lot of appointments or things, or you're a mom or whoever, or a student and you need to track your days or your classes or whatever. For me personally, I will probably be using this more for business planning, which I am super excited about. If you guys would like to see a follow-up video of me showing you how I've been using this planner, I'm more than happy to do that. Just let me know down in the comments. And that is pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!